Day one of learning AutoCAD for electrical engineering. So we open the AutoCAD. This is the page that we are seeing here. So as you can see this page here on the top bar, the page is not responsive. It's because we have not created a project file in order for it to be responsive. The first thing we do, we go to new here, click here, then browse for templates, then choose this one, AutoCAD ISO. Actually, these templates, they are different according to the metric that is being used, but here we're going to use millimeters. That's why we choose the AutoCAD ISO. Let's click it, and then we open. Yeah, so as you can see now, the top bar has become responsive. You can click any of these that you want to use. So this is the command line down here. Just type UN, that's for you. So as you can see here, this decimal, the angle is in degrees and then the unit is in millimeters. So click OK. Yeah, so want to select this line, you can select it manually, or you can use the keyboard shortcut L. That's L, then enter. So the cursor comes like this now with the dimensions here. So I want us to draw a square that's 150 millimeter by 150 millimeter. Start like this. Then we specify the dimension, that's 100. This one is good. Enter. Yeah, then draw this line. Also we specify 1100 millimeters. Enter. This side specify 1500. Enter. So this back here. Enter. Then really the line to the last part. The line. Okay, here. Then we just click enter in order for it to complete. So we have drafted our square. So there's so many prompts that we can do with this. Let us do the diagonal. Select the line. Then from here to this point, like that. We'll do right click, then enter, and for it to complete the line. Then when you want to, you can draw also another diagonal from this point here to this point here. So in this point, you have to make sure here, come down here to snap cursor 2D, then we select you make sure we have selected the endpoint and then the midpoint. If we select the endpoint, meaning that these lines will be drawn from endpoint to endpoint, then since we are drawing from here to the middle of this line, this is the midpoint, and this line is gonna be from the endpoint to the midpoint, so we have to select the midpoint here. So after that, we can now select our line, enter, then now here we right click up to, you can see this blue line here. Now this one is at the center of that diagonal. we click, right click, then enter to complete that drawing. You see, we can also draw a line from this midpoint to this midpoint, 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 midpoint. So let's select the line and I'll show you how to do that. Here, right click, then to here, right click again, here, right click, here, right click, and then here. Also right click, then you enter to complete that line. See, yeah, that way. Then we can also draw the line. We can also draw the circle center midpoint, and then the circle should touch the sides of this square. Select the circle here. Then at the center, you right left click here. Then from there you can adjust the circle to the diameter that you want, or the radius. So here I've seen the radius is 746.6. Then you can specify that 746, something like that. Then click enter. Now we have our circle here. We have a circle right here. So what about if we want to delete a line? Then we come here and say select the eraser, this eraser here. Then we come and select the line. So as you can see, the line has blurred. If we click enter, that line will disappear. So come here, select the eraser, then select this line, select this line, select this line, and this line here. From here we can enter, we delete it. We can also to erase this, click then enter. Want us to draw, we want to draw the pulley system. So let me select the circle here, go to the center. The center is here. Then do a diameter of 230. That's a radius of 230, sorry, enter. Then here, select another circle. Yes, we can do a radius of, let this one be 350. Yeah, that will be okay. Do a radius of 350, enter. And then here we can also do a circle of radius even 310, enter. So then if we want to draw a tangent from this point to this point here, we go back and check down here on this snap cursor if you have selected the tangent. As you can see here, we have not selected the tangent. Then, so if it's not selected, then you'll have to go and select the line first. Then from there, we do shift and right click. Really? Now, when we check this command, select, then do a shift right click here. So the command is we select the line, then we do a shift right click to display this panel here, then we select the tangent, and now we can draw. You can see when you put the cursor there and draw from here, so that is for that point. And here also do a shift right click, select the tangent. then for it to complete, then we enter. Yeah, or we can just come here, this lower part. Let me show you again. Here we just select tangent. Instead of selecting the tangent each time, we select the line, we put on one point and then select again. You can just come here and select it for it to cut across. Then now come here and select this line at this point. So when we put here, so whenever we try to put the cursor here, we draw this tangent, it's not showing this green circle. So what we do, meaning that in our setting here, the software is detecting only the midpoint or the center of the circle. So let's untick this center here. Then from there, you see now the green light has come. You can now do that. Then come here, and then do that. Enter. So you want to replicate the same, you just click enter, then replicate again. Right click, enter, then you can enter, left click, enter there. You can see I've made our first draft on Autocad. So that's enough for today. For tomorrow's class, we'll continue. See you again.